Hi, this is 365801 and this is my autumn or fall book and manga haul video. So every 3 months this year, or every quarter, I am doing a haul video instead of doing one every month. So a lot of these can be seen in other videos if I'm doing a vlog and I happen to purchase it. So you'll already know some of these. Some of them, maybe not. As you can see, it's quite a stack and I'm not proud of myself. I'm not proud of myself in some respects. Some I'm really happy with because a lot of the prose books are from charity shops or thrift shops, and they're secondhand, and I got them for really good prices. In fact, the majority of the prose books are secondhand, even if I got them through eBay or Amazon Marketplace or something like that. So yeah, the majority of the prose I'm not too bothered about because they didn't cost me that much. The manga though, I have purchased quite a lot of manga, and I haven't read a lot of this, which is the most disappointing. I'm not sure how I'm going to organise it. I'm probably going to go through the books first, just because a lot of them we've already seen. So I'll show you all of the prose books that I got from charity shops. So I've divided them up into hardbacks and paperbacks. So these are the hardback books that I got from charity shops around my local area for the months of July, August and September. So some of them you've seen in other videos if you've been watching the vlogs and seen how excited I was to get quite a lot of them. The most expensive one was Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir. That's a Del Rey publication, and that was £2. So I think the rest of them were either £1 or £1.50. The Unbroken by C.L. Clarke is the first book in the Magic of the Lost. It's a sapphic high fantasy. This one has lovely sprayed edges and is signed by the author, so I'm interested in that. We've got Tia Williams' 7 Days in June. I got The Boy, the Mole, the Fox and the Horse by Charlie Maxey, which I'm really looking forward to reading. It shouldn't take me too long because it's mostly a graphic story. Then I've got 2 hardback versions of the sort of mystery series, The Box in the Woods and The Vanishing Stair. I'm missing the one in the middle, so that's I think volume 2 and volume 4 in the series. Then I've got the TJ Klune Under the Whispering Door by Tor, and that is also sprayed edges and signed by the author, which was amazing. For £1.50, I think I was super excited about that. And then I've got Grown as well by Tiffany T. Jackson, so I'm interested in reading that one. On the side I have Ian Moore's Death and Croissants, which is sort of like a cosy mystery. Another cozy mystery is How to Book a Murder by Cynthia Kuhn. And then I got Small Spaces by Catherine Arden, and I'd like to see if I can read that during October. I also got Mirai by Mamoru Hosoda, and that was only £1 as well. So in terms of my hardbacks, because I do enjoy actually a good hardback book, these are all pretty good, considering the most expensive one was £2. The general price is from £1 to £1.50, and yeah, only one was £2. It's incredible really to be able to get all of these for such a low price. I'm very, very excited to have a lovely copy of Under the Whispering Door. But I'm kind of excited about a lot of these. I just need to actually have the time and give myself the time to sit and read them rather than be distracted, but as a mood reader. So if you've read any of these, I'd love to know what you think of them, because I don't really know terribly much. I know that Project Hail Mary was a big read last year for a lot of people, but I haven't heard a lot of people talking about The Unbroken, and it's chunky. So I'd love to know a bit more about that one. If you've read any of these, let me know what you think. So these are the paperback copies that I picked up for the last 3 months in charity shops. So they were 50p or £1. Pretty good, really, when you think about it. There's a few there that are quite well known. Obviously, in the stack, the one I am the most excited about is Him by Serena Bowen and Elle Kennedy. I cannot believe I found this in the charity shop. Mainly because the charity shop that I find them in is generally kind of known for being a Christian-based organisation, and so to find a gay romance story in the charity shop, I'm like, do they even know what this is? Did the people who work there know what this is? Did they know that he sold this to me? I was like so excited to find this. One, because I was planning on buying it at some point anyway, and it's around £11 or £12, so saved myself a few bob there. But also it's kind of just funny to be like, hee hee hee, to a Christian organisation, you're like, you don't know what you just sold me, ha 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 ha. But everything else I'm actually quite excited about. So obviously there's the Johnson one there, Truly Devious, which is the first in the series, and obviously it's in paperback version. So we'll read that and see if it's actually worth having the other ones. The Spanish Love Deception, which was quite a big seller last year, and people either loved it or hated it. And then there's After Love, which sounds actually quite a good read for October as well. That's a sapphic romance about death and something to do with like kind of like reapers and stuff like that. Then they've got Hannah Jameson's The Last. The only reason I picked this up is because I saw it on Meg with Books' shelves, and I thought, oh, must be some sort of murder mystery, and it does seem like it is. Then you've got Anthony Horowitz, Moonflower Murders, which was supposed to be quite a good book, but I've heard some things about Anthony Horowitz. I don't really know who he is as an author, but I'd heard about Moonflower Murders being a good book, but now I'm like, I don't know if I want to have this if the author's not good. So if you know anything about that, let me know. The Death of Mrs. Westaway by Ruth Ware. Ruth Ware is also one that's like getting really big with the It Girl just now is out, and this one is supposed to be quite a good murder mystery. And then I've got Assassin's Orbit by John Appel, and I have no idea what that's about. Nothing. I know nothing. And then I've got a graphic novel at the back, Luna by Maria Lovett. So yeah, 50p or £1 each of these. Good bargains, I think. But especially Him. Oh, so excited to have a copy for £1. So this next stack that I have are all my male romances, Achillean romances, that I've purchased from online, either Amazon or eBay, that kind of thing. Ones that I've actually gone out my way to purchase over the last 3 months. And I've only read husband material in these 3 months, but I have previously read Princess Gambit and King's Rising by C.S. Pacat last September actually. So I'm quite happy that from the stack there's a few that I have actually read. I was able to pick up The Darkness Outside Us for £4.86. That's a hardback copy, and I've been meaning to read it for a while. Bizarre Individual has, I think, read it recently and said it was quite good, and I think I picked it up after both Gabby Reed and Kayla from Books and Lala had said that it was actually quite interesting and quite a good sci-fi story, and I kind of wanted to read a sort of group of sci-fi stories, which is also why I picked up Winter's Orbit by Everina Maxwell. The new one, the second in the series, I think is either just come out or is about to come out, and I picked up Winter's Orbit also for £4.64, and that was a paperback version, although I probably would have liked a hardback just because, but it probably would have been a bit more expensive. I'll keep an eye out, and I'll depend, like I'll read Winter's Orbit and see if it's any good, but it's fine just to have it in my collection at the moment. I was able to pick up Husband Material by Alexis Hall from Amazon. I think I got it for £7.49, that's right. And if I'm honest, it was great. I did a Patreon exclusive, like, spoiler-filled reading vlog, and I really enjoyed it. It was great. It was very much for Weddings and Funeral, but I was really happy to have it. Pretty much like the week after it came out, it arrived, so it was one that I was really happy to have, happy to get. I was excited about it. It gave me a lot of joy reading, so I'm quite happy about that. The Princess Gambit one there, I got from eBay, and it was $6.99, so a wee bit cheaper than it would have been, and it's in actually pretty good condition. The King's Rising one though, unfortunately, I mean, I did get it for £4.55, so it's quite cheap, but in the listing it didn't say that it was as beat up as it is, and they didn't say that it was like acceptable. They didn't list how like what the condition was, and so when it arrived I was a little bit disappointed, because if I knew that it was going to be acceptable condition rather than good or very good, then I might not have purchased it. I might still have purchased it, but then my expectation would have been that it's a pretty beat up copy. But I'm happy to have it. It does make me want to purchase the new version of Summer Palace, which is available for I think around £5, and I would like to get that and add it to my collection, because there was one available before, but they've got a new cover for it, and I think it's only like £5 from Amazon, so I might pick up that one to add to the collection, just because now I have all 3 of the Captive Prince trilogy books, and so it would be nice to have the extra one as well, especially because it's a new version. The other one there by Sarah Rees Brennan, which is based on obviously Fence by C.S. Pacat, is Striking Distance, and I got Striking Distance from eBay as well, I think, but I can't remember how much I paid for it, but I don't think it was very much. I think it would be less than £5 anyway. But it does mean that I need to get the other one as well, because there's 2 prose books in the Fence sort of universe, and I haven't got the other one. So yeah, I need to get the other one as well and read them both. It does look like it's fun, and I'd like to give it a good read, because I have been enjoying Fence, and I'm still looking forward to volume 5 coming out. Obviously in the UK we've still got a wait to go, sometime in October that we're going to get it, so I'll wait until I can get it for a good price. As well as the second prose book. So yeah, The Darkness Outside Us, Striking Distance, Husband Material, Princess Gambit, King's Rising, Winter's Orbit, and that just leaves Pack of Lies by Charlie O'Hara. I picked this up from Blackwell's. I think it was about £11. £11.39, which I'm actually really happy with, because I was so excited to read it. I don't think I've ever been so excited to read a book and yet still not read it like a couple of weeks after it came out. I've just been so focused on trying to read other things and also doing like mood reading, but also I'm so excited about this that I don't want to just read it and devour it. I want to do something special. So like with the Husband Material, I want to do like a spoiler filled read, so maybe do a spoiler filled vlog, but I think in my mind I want to do it like I want to solve this, so like have a board with pictures of the characters and see who it was, and like read maybe 2 or 3 chapters and then like report back on my theories, because I love doing that when it comes to like dramas and movies and things. I love trying to figure it out, and I didn't really think about doing that so much with the Big Bad Wolf series. I just devoured it so quickly that I didn't think like, oh, like who is the bad guy or who is the murderer, you know, even though I probably could have, because the clues are there, and it's only when you get to the end you're like, ah, it all makes sense. So with this one I want to do that. I want to sit down and do a proper like spoiler filled video, whether that's just for my patrons on Patreon or whether I put it on my channel. It would be fun to do as I read it, because I'm so excited about it. I'm so excited. It's Eli's story, and so we might get a wee cameo from Cooper and Oliver, from the Big Bad Wolf series, which it makes me want to just read those books again right now, right this second, which would be like the 3rd time this year. So yeah, the Big Bad Wolf series is definitely the Forbidden Desire series from 2021. It's happening again. It's happening again. So yeah, these are my specifically male romance centered purchases for the last 3 months. But I did get most of them for around £5, so I'm quite happy with that. Now, I almost forgot to include these. That is volume 3 and 4 of Heartstopper by Alice Oseman. I was able to pick these up through Amazon for £6 each. Oh, I'm so happy because I held out. I held out for a bargain. I'm holding up for a bargain. I need to like pat myself on the back because sometimes I don't, and I just purchase things and then a few months later you're like, you could have got this for half the price you paid. And I'm like, damn it. Whereas I really wanted to see if I could get these for a good price, and at the moment they're £6. So it's been a couple of months since the Heartstopper Netflix drama, and they've started filming the 2nd season, and so Amazon have put these all on sale. So I'm pretty sure you could probably still get them for a good price as well. £6 is really good. The cheapest I was seeing volume 4 for ages was £8.50 or £8.99, and the rest were a little bit more expensive. It does make me think, oh, I might want to pick up the colouring book or any of the other extra stuff, or any of Alice Oseman's prose books as well. I did see the full set was going for £15, and I was like, oh, I kind of want it, but also I don't know if I have the time to read them, and I already have, as you can see, plenty of other things to read. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with these. They're fantastic condition, and they now mean that I am up to date with Heartstopper, and I will just wait for volume 5, which is supposed to be the final volume, and I will have a complete series, which is great, and look forward to season 2 as well. Right, on to the manga, and I'm gonna go through this fairly quickly. This is My Love Mix-Up Volume 4 by Aruko or Wataru Hinekure. I had this pre-ordered already, so I was having to go way back to find, like, when did I actually buy this? And I did purchase it. I think it was £6.55. I got it from Amazon, so it arrived quite quickly. Very excited, and I read it straight away. Out of everything in this, I think there's only 2 things in the manga that I've actually read, and as you've seen already, not a huge amount in the prose that I've read. Like, obviously, husband material, and I suppose him, because I've already read it, and the Captive Prince trilogy ones. Like, there's not a lot that I've actually read out of this haul, which is disappointing and a little bit sad. But I'm excited to read a lot of this, and this one I was super excited about, so much so that I had to read it. I do enjoy this. I'm looking forward to the rest of the series. I haven't pre-ordered volume 5, which is going to come out quite soon for us. I don't know if it's out already in the US, but it's not out in the UK yet. But I haven't pre-ordered it because I haven't seen it for a good price. It's going for $7.99 recommended retail price here, and I think I could probably get it, fingers crossed, for less than that. Hopefully less than £7, and that would be a good bargain for me. So yeah, this is my shoujo beat, only one. And yet it's a, like, mostly BL and Achillean stuff, and the one that I actually read is a shoujo beat. The irony, oh the irony. Now, in the last haul I did pick up quite a few Hitorejime My Hero volumes. This is volume 3, which means I now need to pick up volume 4, and then I'll have all the way up to volume 11, I think. I think volume 12 and volume 13 are either out. Maybe volume 12 is out. Maybe volume 13 is going to come out soon. They've released fairly regularly, and I'm quite happy about that. It's good. But it does mean that I need to get volume 4, and I'm on the lookout for a good, solid bargain price. And I don't want to just buy something without really feeling like it's a bargain, because I've definitely seen it for £7 something and been like, no, I can get you cheaper if I just wait. And I have not yet seen it cheaper, so I'm a bit disappointed. But it does mean I can read at least volumes 1, 2 and 3. But not having volume 4 means there are a lot of volumes in my collection that I can't read, so I do need to focus on trying to see if I can get a good bargain. But I am going to enjoy, I think, binging this whole series. It's going to be a binge read. I'm looking forward to that, just because I did actually enjoy the anime. I don't mind a teacher-student relationship full of the messiness. It's fun to read sometimes, the messiness. It's only if it makes me feel very uncomfortable. This might make me feel uncomfortable, I don't know. But I really do like the art style. It's very rough compared to the anime. They've definitely like softened all the edges and cleaned it up, whereas I actually quite like the style. So yeah. And also I just like the quality of this Kodansha comics title, Memeko Ari. So yeah, eyes out for volume 4, and then I'll finally be able to binge. I don't know how many volumes there are, or if it's still being published in Japanese. I should probably check that out. So yeah, so I know maybe I should just leave it until the whole thing has been published and I collect it all and then just read it in its entirety. But if it's still being published in Japanese, I should just read it now. And get on with it, because it's terrible to have like a big series in your collection that's long running, which in BL is quite a rarity, and not have read any of it. So very happy to have this one. How much did I pay for it? £5.13, that's how much I got this for. So a pretty good bargain, because they're usually quite a bit more expensive. So yeah, £5 is not bad. This is a June manga title. This is Deadlock Volume 3 by Saki Aida and Yui Takashina. Honestly, I have not read a single Deadlock volume. I have volumes 1 and 2, and I had said in my video when I was going through all my like currently running, still being published, ongoing, that's the word, ongoing BL series that I'm collecting video, that I wasn't sure if this was still going or if they were planning on publishing it. But I think it's a 4-volume series, and they have committed. They released it, and I was like, oh my god, I didn't know this. So it has been released. I did pick it up. I got it from Blackwell's for £12.31, which is a fairly pricey one. But then with the June manga titles, you kind of have to get them when you can get them, because they don't always, especially in the UK, they don't always stick around in the shops. They don't get that many volumes, and then you might not actually be able to pick one up. So I know that they've got Ore Miko released in their online shop. You can buy a physical copy, but I don't know if you can actually get one through like Book Depository, maybe with pre-orders, Amazon or Blackwell. So I'll have to check to see. And then of course they have released like the pre-orders for Twittering Birds, which is the 7th volume. So that's like much more of a priority. But when it comes to the June manga, because I'm almost up to date with everything that they've published, so close, so close. I kind of don't want to let any of the newer titles fall by the wayside. I kind of feel like I'm getting to that point now with a lot of the publishers, that either I've completed an out of print publisher, or I'm now behind on some of the newer ones. So with June manga, it's more like a priority to keep up to date with them, because it's going to be harder to get the volumes. They don't produce a lot. So I'm happy to have this. It's going to stay in its plastic, just like volume 2. Well, I'll wait until they've all been published, then I might read it. And you know what? It's probably one I'm going to hate. I'm probably going to hate this. This is probably going to be one that I really don't like. Just in the way that I really didn't like Banana Fish. I haven't read it. I didn't watch the whole anime. Am I admitting to this as a BL fan? Yeah. I don't like it when there's you know, that kind of feeling. I should probably do a video on things that I don't want to read. This is on that list for sure. This is a Kuma title. This is Wild Wild Wildlife by Hyogo Kijima. and I don't think it's very popular, even though it's Kuma's kind of generally got incredibly good quality publications. But this one doesn't seem to be terribly popular because the price went down and down and down and down and down, and finally it went on sale for £6.93, and I was like, I'll have you, thank you very much. And then like a few days later it was even cheaper, damn it. But I did purchase it. I haven't read it yet. I had plans to because I did buy it pretty much like the 3 months ago mark. I did watch, who was it? How to Train Your Gavin. He did a Yaoi BL reading vlog. The ones he chose, I was like, dude, if you are new to BL, watch some BL channels, me, and get some, you know, recommendations. I should probably do more recommendation videos, shouldn't I? Anyway, the ones he chose, I was like, dude, no. And also he chose ones that were in the middle of series, and I was like, have you read the first volume? Then don't read volume 2. And he chose this one in one of his previous videos. So it wasn't the solid BL yaoi reading vlog. He read this in a vlog with like Dick Fight Island and stuff like that. And he hated this. He hated it. So not great endorsement, but and I probably won't. But Hyogo Kijima I have read from before, I think, but I'm not entirely sure what. So I will read it at some point. It will be maybe an October read. If there's beasts, maybe it's a good time to read it. So this Yen Press title, this is The Vampire and His Pleasant Companions by Marimo Ragawa, with the original story by Narise Konohara Narise, which is one of my favourite yaoi BL novelists. She's not great. She's okay. She sometimes writes the most interesting and kind of convoluted and more detailed. There's plot over porn is how Konohara Narase, I feel. And obviously Marimo Ragawa is well known for her work. She's got New York I think is out now. That's the two volumes are out and I haven't picked them up yet. So this is Yen Press. Very happy that Yen Press published this. This was released, I first heard what this was about and who really raved about it was Simply G when she was doing her like weekly reading reviews on her channel when she was doing lives, and I would watch it at like 2 in the afternoon on a Saturday. I'd be like listening to her go on about how cute the little bat is, and the bat does look cute, and I've picked this up. I got it secondhand on eBay, I think from Rebecca, for £7.89. Very happy to give it a new home, because generally these are going for around £10 or £11, so quite expensive, and I want the rest of it. It's only 4 volumes, so it shouldn't take me too long to collect, but if I can only get them for a good price, that's my main goal in my collection. It's the best price I can get. But I will read this first volume in October because it's got vampires and stuff in it, and apparently he's a cute bat, and it does look like fun, so I'm excited about it. It's in fantastic condition, really good, but yeah, I kind of want to get the rest of the series, and fingers crossed I will enjoy it. This is probably one of the most exciting titles I have in this haul, and that is The Summit by Lee Young-hee. It's volume 1, but it's the only volume that Drama Queen published from this series. If you were reading it in other languages, you could read the rest of it. And I managed to pick this up for basically retail price. It was £10, and then I think it was £3 and 5 pence for shipping. So £13 and 5 altogether, which is slightly more than recommended retail price probably at the time, but in terms of inflation, it's doing quite well. And considering that any other copy of this has gone for 20, 30, 40, 50 pounds, I'm really, really happy, because also it means that in terms of my Drama Queen titles, I am complete. I have this publisher completed. I think they produced DVD, which is a shoujo, and something else, another shoujo, and then they've got the OELs, which you know I hate. I hate OEL. So in terms of either Korean or Japanese BL titles, I have collected them all. I can tick this off as a completed publisher. I don't care about the OELs. I don't care about the shoujo. I'm just a BL collector. So I'm so excited. I'm so happy. It does make me feel like, another one's ticked off the list. It feels good. It feels good. Because I don't need to think about looking up any more titles for them. Even if I'm not actually that bothered about reading them. There's more ones in the Drama Queens that I'm interested in reading that I haven't read yet. So this will go into the pile. I might just do like a Korean manhwa reading vlog at some point. Because it's very distinctive. It's very particular. They're not Japanese. They're very much their own thing. And they're not webtoons either. They're very much their own thing from their own time period. And so I think they're quite interesting to look at and to read. So yeah, the summit, exciting. Congratulate me in the comments. I feel like I need pats on the back. To add to this series, I had purchased up to volume 13 and then I got volume 16, and so I had this little gap of 14 and 15, but I've filled this gap. Oh, doesn't it feel good to have a gap? To have a hole filled? I managed to get volume 14 for £6.49 and volume 15 for £5.99, and they're in absolutely fabulous condition. I think they were actually new. I don't think they're second hand. I think I got them new. So I think they're up to, so I've got up to 16 and I've got 17, 18, 19. I think there might be 20 volumes in the series. I think the final volume hasn't quite been released in English yet. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this is just a nice series. I don't think it's one that's a bingeable series. I think you should take your time and read it. And I was doing it early in the year with one volume a week, and I'd like to get back into that because it's just a nice gentle thing to read. Makes you feel good, and also it does make me want to cook. Just some interesting things. I mean, look at that. Chicken and avocado salad, that sounds nice. Pork cutlet over rice, delicious. And what's yuan zuke salmon? I don't know. I want to find out. I do enjoy the whole food oriented aspect, and I did try and cook a few things from previous volumes. So I think I'm up to volume 7. I think I managed, did I read volume 7 or did I get halfway through it? So yeah, I've got half of it done. I've still got more to go, but I'm really happy to have these in the collection and try and keep up to date, but not so up to date that I need to buy them brand new, because getting them just a couple of months after they've been released means you do get a bit of a bargain. So I'll keep my eye out for volume 17 and 18 soon. So on to my net comics purchases for this quarter. I did recently pick up Totally Captivated, Totally Peeking Under the Sheets, volume 2 by Hadjin Yu. That is £7.74. That's the cheapest I've ever seen it. And I've had it in my shopping cart, for about 3 years. So as soon as I saw it was as cheap as that, I was like, buy. So I was very happy about that. I still need to get volume 1 of this Totally Peeking, and then I think I have everything for Totally Captivated. I'll need to go and check exactly, but I think that's it. And that would be everything, and I'd have no excuse not to read Totally Captivated. So maybe that's in my Korean BL reading vlog at some point. I also picked up volume 3 of Intense. I got that for £7.58. I'm so excited that that went down in price because I've been waiting, and once again this has been in my shopping cart for about 3 years, and just waiting until it gets to a good price. Like, it goes down to £8 something, it goes back up, and it goes down to £8 and it goes back up, and eventually it went to £7 something. I was like, yeah, time to purchase you, because I have volumes 1, 2 and 4, and so that's a complete series, so I'm really happy. So I've got no excuse now to read the whole of Intense, so that's something I can add to my to be read pile. Another one that I'm really I'm excited to have this one, but at the same time a little bit disappointed in myself. To Take an Enemy's Heart volume 2 I needed to get, I have all the rest except for volume 1, and volume 2 was on eBay for $7.99 second hand, but it did have maybe like a few scuff marks or something like that, and it kind of made me go, I don't know, I could maybe hold off for a cheaper price considering it's second hand. And I waited and I waited and I waited, and unfortunately someone bought it. And then when I looked online, it wasn't available anywhere, and I was like, damn it, now volume 1 and 2 is difficult to find. And then all of a sudden, boom, it was on Amazon. It was going for, unfortunately, £11.29, so I should have picked up the $7.99 one. So I'm disappointed in that respect, but I'm also happy because I managed to get a copy, because I was really worried that they were out of print. But as you could see in the inside, it's June or July 2022, so it's a reprinting. So they've done a second printing of To Take an Enemy's Heart, and I'll let you into a wee secret. They reprinted volume 1, and I've pre-ordered, or I've ordered it from somewhere. So it's winging its way. It's not here yet, but I will have it for at least I will have one thing for my end of year book and manga haul. I will have volume 1 at some point. The one thing that I have not purchased for Net Comics is volume 7 of Sweet Blood. I still have not, because every time it's gone down in price, it's shot back up again. So I haven't been able to pick up a good cheap copy of Sweet Blood. There is a damaged copy on eBay, and it went down to like £4 or £5, and I was like, oh, you should just buy that. And then it shot back up to like £7. So I was like, no, you were cheaper before, I ain't buying you at that price. So I either want a new copy at a cheap price, or I will eventually wait until this second-hand copy that's a bit beat up has gone down, because I only need volume 7, and me and Katie are supposed to be reading it for October, although I have to admit I've not done terribly well with September's buddy read with Katie. I've done pretty poorly. I'm still trying to read it at this point. So yeah, there are ones that I should have purchased and I have not, but these ones were bargains, so I'm happy to have them in the collection. They always add more to the collection. Now on to the last things on my haul. These are Sublime manga titles that I've picked up in the last 3 months. I'm very happy with what I've got. The first one, Todatan Birds of a Feather, volume 1, seemed to be out of print for ages, and then it came back, and unfortunately I purchased a second-hand copy rather than, I think it was £7, rather than the £6.99 that I could have got, but that's only like, you know, a few pence. It's fine. But I was really happy to buy it, but it was available for £6.99, and I was like, oh. So I thought it was around, it's £7 anyway, that's how much it cost me. Kotetsuko Yamamoto, very happy that I was finally able to read this Kotetsuko Yamamoto title, because I have had volume 2 for ages, and it's been driving me nuts that I couldn't actually read it. So it's cute and it's sweet, and I think I'd like more of her work in print, if possible. Then I've got Yarichin Bitch Club volume 4, Oguretsu Tanaka. This I got from Blackwell's for $6.99, just because $6.99 is a really good price for Yarichin Bitch Club, and they tend to go out of print, or they put the price up. So I still need to get volume 1, and I still need to get volume 3, and I didn't get the special limited edition one. I was just like fine with getting this for the price that it was, because I haven't read the rest of it. So I still need to get 2 volumes from a 4-volume series, because I'm still on the lookout for good prices for those. So I'm kind of waiting, hopefully that Sublime will at some point restock, reprint, that kind of thing, and I'll get them for a good price rather than having to pay over £10 for them, because that's not the recommended retail price here either. So if it says $8.99 on the back, you shouldn't be paying more than $8.99 for it. So I will wait it out for that. Then I've got Don't Be Cruel volume 10, Yonezo Nekota. I haven't read that yet, still got its plastic on as well, and that was also $6.99. So I feel like I should have ripped all of these open and read them already, because I'm excited to read them and I want to. So yeah, this is the continuation of Nemugasa, Maya's story. Maya's the hot. Oh, I have a thing. I definitely have a thing. I know what I have. I have a thing. Maya's lovely. So yeah, I'm excited to find out what's happening with their relationship. They've gone into university. They've definitely been addressing some of the issues as to how this story started. So yeah, I'm interested in the friends as well and their continuation. Hopefully there'll be a little bit of side stories as well. Then I've got Therapy Game Restart Volume 2 by Meguru Hinohara. I managed to get this for $6.99. This is fairly new. This just came out really recently in the UK. So that is still covered in plastic and I haven't read it yet. Like I just opened it. Was it a couple of days ago? So I'm very excited. It's so sexy, so sexy. It's just gonna be good. It's gonna be good. I'm gonna have a really good time. Maybe we should just have a BL manga reading vlog. Just read all the things that I've been putting off and I've got wee piles of, including MADK Volume 1 by Ryo Suzuri. I've had Volume 2 for ages and I haven't been able to read it because everyone said, no, you've got to wait for Volume 1 first. Make sure you read it in order. I know that there's a Volume 3 in the works, but it's not out yet. So with this, just like Torutan, I'm up to date. There's still a lot of Sublime titles that I'm not up to date with. This one was the cheapest I've ever seen it, £7.89, because for some strange reason MADK, and maybe because it's Eroguro, it's not something that's always available, or maybe they haven't made so many volumes, or maybe Amazon doesn't want to carry it for whatever reason. But yeah, I'm excited, and it's one that I'm 100% reading for Manga Freakathon in October, which is Bizarre Individual and is it Marguerite Manga on Instagram. So I've been thinking about different books, different manga that's in my collection that I might want to read that I've either read before, like G Light Club and I don't know, a few others that I might want to reread, but ones in my collection that I haven't read, they're the priority. And MADK has been on my mind for a lot because everyone says how great it is. So I'm excited to read this for October. It's definitely getting read. I'm definitely reading it. So yeah, that's my Sublime titles, and I managed to get the majority of them for $6.99, just over $7. So yeah, pretty good. But I am behind, and I'm gonna have to go through Sublime and kind of go like, what have I not got, and also what's my priority, because when I went onto Blackwell's they had so many for $6.99 and I was like, I want to buy you all, but I had to prioritize, so I did. And as Therapy Game Restart had just gone on sale for $6.99, I was like, I have to get you, I have to. So yeah, I'm definitely having to look about which ones I want to get and which ones I need to prioritize for the ones I want to read and add to the collection ASAP, versus I can wait it out for maybe a better bargain. So this is all of the BL manga or graphic novels that I picked up over the last 3 months. It is a fairly large stack. But in terms of what I wanted to do last year, which was limit my manga purchases to on average 7 a month, it's slightly less than that, so yay. I say that like I'm doing really well, yay, get me. Am I not doing well? No, you're not, but at least in terms of the BL manga and graphic novels, it's less than 7, so it is a good old stack, and it does add a lot to the collection, so I'm really happy about what I managed to get. So that is everything that I had to show you for the 3 months, July, August and September, for my haul / autumn book and manga haul. It's way more. Purely because I went to a lot of charity shops and picked up some really great bargains. And I'm really excited about them. So in terms of what I actually picked up, normally, from The Darkness Outside Us and down to Striking Distance, added all to the manga, it's a fairly tame, kind of normal amount. But with all of the books that I picked up in charity shops, it does look like it's a lot more. But considering, you know, the most expensive one was £2 and the cheapest one was 50p, I think I've done quite well. It's a fairly tame little stack. I'm very happy with what I've got. And considering I've only read 1, 2, 3, 4... 4 of the pros, and is it only 2 of the manga? That's where I fall down. It's pretty poor TBR to reading ratio. I need to read, but I've been reading loads. You know, I read a lot, but I don't actually necessarily read what I buy all the time. And I've got some library books that I need to read, and I've got NetGalley stuff that I need to read, and so priorities. As long as I've got it in the house, it's fine. I can read it anytime, right? I'd love to hear your thoughts, comments down below on any of these titles, if you've read them, what you thought, if you recommend that I pick any of them up ASAP and read them, or any that you think might be good for October reads. That would be good to know your thoughts as well. So thanks for watching to the end of this, probably quite a long haul, sorry about that. But I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. I have to say, I'm super proud of getting Under the Whispering Door and him in charity shops. I mean, come on, that's great. Especially him. I'm like, wow, £1. The most bargainist of male romance bargains that ever was bargained. So yeah, very happy about a lot of these. Excited to have them in the collection. So yeah, I'm 36581 and I make videos about male romance, BL manga, yaoi, all that good stuff. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you'd like to see more videos like this, and comment down below on anything you saw and you think I might like to read, or any other recommendations that you have. I did get a comment in one of my previous videos, and ASAP went and found a book by the author and was like, I'm gonna read this, and I loved it and it was great. So I really do appreciate any other recommendations for like, oh, you like this? You might want to read this. And so yeah, any of them, thanks, greatly appreciated. Take care everyone. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.